Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Building and Chatting podcast. I have been gone for too long, and WM has to because we're slow. We're sorry, but uh, like we said, this is probably how it would have happened because we're going to review the Bad Batch today. Bad Batch season 2. We'll do a quick season 1 recap. Um, so Crosshair turned evil, and the Bad Batch rescue a girl named Omega from Camino. It's revealed that she's Boba Fett's sister. Cad Bane and Fennec Shan tried to hunt her down, like everyone's going after her, but they become like her new family, or the Bad Batch become Omega's new family. They meet a gambler slash operative, whatever, Sid, which she sends them on very different missions. She gets Jabba's Rancor back to him, and then they removed their inhibitor chips thanks to Captain Rex because he heard they were at Sid's. And then Crosshair revealed he always had his chip removed. He just wanted to serve the Empire and betrayed them, basically. He says, I want to follow orders. A good soldier follows orders. And so they're like, all right, bye. And they just leave him on Camino, because Camino blew up. They leave him there, and he was stranded for like 30 days, like a month or something. So yeah, that's where the first season left off. They stranded Crosshair. All right, so WM, we're going to get into season 2 of the Bad Batch.
Yes.
Yes, and so uh, it's like the last season or whatever. Like these are like 2 episode arcs, it seems. I guess because
Yeah.
1 and 2 connected together, and 3 and 4 did. 5 was kind of a spin off. It didn't really. They kind of ended it there, so whatever. But so let's talk about 1 and 2 because we'll go in order, of course. Another one you want to get to, so we'll be quick with this one. Um, so episodes 1 and 2, it was a good introduction back to the Bad Batch, sure. But mainly these 2 episodes were just a heist episode, mainly.
Yeah.
They were trying to get some treasure. It got effed up. They didn't get the treasure. My dog is whining like a little weirdo. Um, but yeah, so um, you can discuss your opinions on episodes 1 and 2, WM.
Very good. The animation looks great. The action's pretty good. But I want more like story.
You're like, it has a good everything.
Yeah.
uh, I guess to get more into the story, mainly Sid says if they do this one last job for her, they can make enough money so they can leave her, right?
Yeah.
So they go to this planet where the Empire's taking it over, and it's actually Count Dooku's planet, his home or whatever. They were taking
Ooh.
stuff from Count Dooku's house after he died, so they could like the Empire could sell it and make some credits or whatever. So they're going to go in there and try and steal them monies. So they want to get that richy rich. So they want to go steal these canisters of gold and stuff. The Bad Batch does. And while they're doing that, well, Omega, Tech, and Echo get trapped in the storage container, and
Yeah.
Hunter and Wrecker have to help them get out or whatever.
Well,
But
doesn't the episode end with them getting like stuck in there?
episode 1 ends with them being stuck in there, and the Hunter and Wrecker falling down that chute
Yeah.
or whatever. No, it ends with them escaping in the cargo pod or whatever. It ends with Omega and Tech and Echo escaping in the pod, and Wrecker and
Right.
Hunter are at the place in the vents or whatever. They're being among us, to being sus in the vents, and but yeah, that's how episode 1 ends. Omega's team is crashing, and Hunter's team is fighting some clone stormtroopers. Yeah.
Yeah.
Episode 2, Omega crashes with Tech and Echo. They meet an old man that helps them get
Oh
healed
yeah, but
up.
first they have like their ship is like tilting on the cliff, and then they're like
Yeah,
not
they're
landing
they're
yet,
yeah, their equipment's hanging off a cliff,
and then they
and
have
then
to leave the treasure or
treasure.
whatever
Hmm.
uh in the ship,
They
which Omega is like, no, we can't.
Yeah, and then it falls off the cliff,
Yeah.
and and they're like, "Hey, don't do that. We ain't doing this." And so they leave. They find an old man to help them. He's like, "I'm an old man. I'm friendly. You can trust me." And he gives them the slurp juice to make them feel better. He helps fix Tech's broken, twisted, no, not broken leg, but he helps fix Tech's twisted leg or ankle or whatever.
And
And
Tech
and then
fixes like the Model 2. It's like the
it was
Model
an
2 Manticore.
information, yeah, separatist information codex or whatever. Tech fixes that for the old dude. He's like, "Oh man, you got it to work. I can't believe it. Thanks, man." And then Tech's like, "You're welcome, bro." And, and then,
And
and
then
then
they're
Echo's
like,
like, "Hey, I'm going." And the Echo's like, "I'm going to go scout the place, make sure there's no one nearby." And then they fix the machine, and Omega, like a little bitch. I'm sorry, no, Omega, Omega runs away. And here, you can. What does she go to do? WM?
don't she go try and get like the money that's stuck in the thing?
Yeah,
Yee. Wait, this is at the end of the episode, right?
the end of the episode is they lose the treasure, and Hunter and Wrecker come and pick them
Because
up.
I was remembering like when they were talking in the old guy's house, they were like, Count Dooku got his money from like betraying all of us and taking our money. We don't want the money back. Because Omega
Yeah,
is like,
Count Dooku, bad man. He bad man. WM.
yeah. Oh, and the old man gives her like that one little like,
The toy.
yeah, where it's like mirrored mirrors or
Yeah,
something.
and then she's like, "Oh, I can go steal the treasure with this or whatever she was thinking." Well, she's stupid. The treasure falls off the cliff fully, so they cannot recover it. And then they're getting shot out by the storm/clone troopers. And they're like, "Oh," and then Echo's like, "Omega, we got to leave, you weirdo." And so Omega's like, "I know." And then the treasure falls off the cliff.
Yeah, but
And then the old,
Omega wanted it because like she heard him say it like something like they had to give up a lot of stuff because of her. So she was think she
yeah,
was getting it so they could be like back to normal.
yeah, well, and then they said, "We didn't mean it like that. We're just saying it's been a lot of stuff going
We
on."
didn't mean it like that.
And then the old man helps Omega, Tech, and Echo get on the ship with Hunter and Wrecker. And then the Bad Batch escape. The old man helps them kill some clone boys, and then they leave. And that's how episode 2 ends: is they leave and go back to Sid's. All right, WM. We talked about episodes 1 and 2. which was the two connecting episodes because that it's the heist mini part, mini arc or whatever. Now we're getting into the solitary clone arc, the lonely clone arc. And I know everyone was hyping this one up. I saw so many people in the Lego community making mocks of episodes 3 and 4. Or no, it's no 3 especially. Sorry, 3 especially. WM. Um, do you want to cover episode 3's beginning? And why everyone was so excited for this episode, or why everyone hyped it up so much?
I know what episode 4 is. I thought episode. Wait.
Episode 3. Episode 3 is the Crosshair episode.
Isn't there 2?
No, episode 1 and 2 is when they're doing the heist on the mountain, or whatever. Episode 3 is Crosshair's episode. There were two episodes. There were 2 episodes at the beginning, the ones we just talked about. Episodes 1 and 2 was that, the heist with the treasure. They lose it and then they leave, and then it goes to Crosshair.
Is this the
Do you
one
want me
where
to-
they try and like infiltrate a place?
Yeah, this is the one where that town or whatever captured the Imperial senator, and they sent Crosshair and someone special in.
Okay. I was thinking that was episode 4.
Episode 4 is the race episode.
Okay, yeah, I know it. Okay.
Yeah.
I was thinking it was like split in 2 parts.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. Don't worry about it. So, WM, I want you to go over the beginning of the episode. Don't get into the surprise yet. But
I
why?
forgot about something.
Well, here, what happens at the beginning of the episode? What does it show first?
So this one general guy is talking to this clone, and he's like, basically, I want you to lie, to General, oh my gosh, whatever his name was, because he can't know that the Bad Batch basically, how they got away and they're living, and he can't know that. And then the clone's like, I can't falsify the report. And then he's like, oh yeah, I understand. I will. And then he shoots the clone and he falls.
Yeah, that was in the episode 2.
Yeah.
Because they said that the Bad Batch was still alive in their report at the end of episode 2. But then the dude's like, the Bad Batch is dead. That's what it says in every official report, so you're stupid. And then the dude's like, I can fake documents, and then shoots the dude.
I can fake document it.
You weirdo. You made those stupid documents. I have to kill you now. But that's what happened literally. He's like, bro, you dead now. And
You dead now.
You dead now. And so next is episode 3, The Solitary Clone, which is a Crosshair episode.
Yeah.
Do you want me to cover the beginning so you can get into the exciting part?
Sure.
All right, I'll cover this, and then you got the CC. You know what I mean? Just get ready. All right, so the beginning of The Solitary Clone shows Crosshair waking up. He's like, oh man, he's kind of depressed. He's like, I lost my friends, and this isn't the best scenario. He wants to go eat lunch with the Clone Boys, but nobody wants to sit with him. He's like, oh, dang it. I don't have any friends now. I'm a little depressed, but I still want to follow my orders, I guess. And then he gets called into the general's office, and he's like, well, what's going on, General or Senator, whatever the heck his name is? And he's like, well, CC, whatever his number is, a Republic general has been captured at the city, and we need you to go in and take him out. We need you to take out the leader of the city because they think they're not under Imperial regime. Remember, This is the
Yeah.
place that wants to act independent of the Empire. So, and the Empire's like, we can't allow that. Everything must be ruled by the Empire. So you got to go in there, take her out, shoot her, kill her, make sure she's dead. Shoot her 50 times, do a circle, uh, like, make sure that things go well. And they say, oh, by the way, we're assigning you to a commander's team, and Crosshair's like, what commander? And then it cuts to Crosshair meeting this commander. And WM, who is this commander that's leading the team?
Cody.
What? I thought he died. No. Like, literally, I thought Obi-Wan sliced him in half.
Yeah.
And Cody's back, bitch. No, I'm joking. I'm joking, but no. Cody's back again. And, yeah, Crosshair and Cody go on this mission to take out some battle droids and some peeps that stole the general.
Yeah, that was like the majority of the episode, right? Wasn't it just like
Them
shooting?
killing battle droids and stuff, yeah.
Yeah. So then
And
they
then
they get to the where the one lady, the crazy lady, well, not crazy, just like the mad lady, is holding the general,
yeah.
and she's like, she has her gun against his head, and she's like, I'm gonna shoot him, and then Cody's like, wait, what?
We can do this peacefully.
Yeah, we can do this peacefully, and she was like, me and my partner, me and my something that was like with her in battle or something, like just someone she used to know, offered a peace treaty with your people, and they rejected it, and that's when I knew peace was never an option. And then Cody's like, well, it can be an option now, and he lowers his blaster, and then she gives him the general.
Well, yeah, they let the general go, or she lets the general go, and then she's like, and then Cody's like, we can resolve this peacefully still. She's like, I better hope so.
Yeah, and then the general's like,
whatever.
Shoot her, it's an order. And then Cody's like, what? And then
what? Yeah. You crazy, man. Why would I shoot her?
And then Crosshair shoots her instead because Cody's hesitating.
Yeah, because Crosshair's like, good soldiers follow orders. And then Cody's like, you flipping freak, Crosshair. Why'd you do that? My boy, what have you done? My boy.
And then Cody's like, the difference between us and battle droids is that we make our decisions and we have to live with them. And then Cody just walks off. Yeah,
Cody walks off screen, and then Crosshair just goes about his normal day again. Waking up, going to the cafeteria, being alone. Gets called into the office again, and he's like, Crosshair, the general, whatever his name is. He's like, Crosshair, you need to do another mission. He's like, well, am I going to be with Cody? And he said, who's Cody? And he's like, Clone 2244 or whatever the number is. And he's like, and the general's like, oh yeah, that one. Oh, he went AWOL. He left. So he's left the Empire. I hope he goes and finds Rex. Man, I need that Captain Rex and Cody series next. But he leaves, and then Crosshair, and then the general's like, do you have a problem with that? And Crosshair's like, no. And then he's like, and the general's like, well, good then. And then he's like, you can leave now. Good then, you can leave now. And then Crosshair goes on his next mission or whatever. But he's a little sad. Crosshair's just depressed this episode.
Yeah. The next episode, I say it's probably the worst one out of the 5.
It is very fillery.
It's because it's mainly focused on that like lizard lady.
Sid. Yeah.
I'm not a
Ma-
fan of
mainly,
Sid.
mainly, all you have to know here, everybody, with episode 4. Yeah, we're now on to episode 4. By the way, episode is called Faster. It's about a race. Sid's like, hey, if we can make some money at this race, if you and maybe you guys can win, maybe I can win, and then I split it with you, whatever, right? Her droid loses. No, no, wait. Does her droid win the first race?
All I know is that
It
like the little
Yeah,
ship
it does.
thing got
It does,
crashed.
doesn't it? Or did he crash? Well,
I know it gets
I, th-
damaged somehow.
I thought he won the first one, but lost the second one. I
That
think that's how it
sounds
went.
about right.
Yeah, yeah, that's it. He lost the first one. Or sorry, he won the first one, lost the second one. They have to rebuild him. And then he gets hit by a train or whatever. I don't know what happened.
Yeah.
And then they're like, well, he can't drive the third round. He can't race. Sid's life's on the line because we lost already, and our
Yeah,
friends on the line.
she has a deal with like an alien where like they're gonna like keep her apparently or something like that.
Yeah, if they don't win, he keeps Sid, and they have
Oh,
to pay them.
yeah, double.
But they get Sid back if they win. So they go on the third race, and like Tech's like, okay, fine. And Tech's like, I got this, homeboyos. And then Tech jumps into the race pod or whatever. He's like, he goes through the first lap good. He's behind a little bit, but he's like, I need to lose something. He drops his weapons, loses his weapons on the thing, and that gave him the exact speed he needed, WM, to go and race faster. And then Tech wins, and they get Sid back, and then everyone's happy at the end. And that's the end of the episode.
Well, yeah, but like uh the guy
Oh,
who was gonna like keep her or something was like what you guys
yeah.
did
Oh,
was very
yeah.
noble for Sid, very loyal. Just know it doesn't always go both ways, and it ends.
Yeah, it doesn't go both ways with Sid, and that's how it ended. Like, he's like, don't trust her. And they're like, okay, whatever. And then they leave, and that's the end of episode 4. Faster. It's really just called Faster. All
Faster.
right, WM, we have another episode. Did you watch this one?
Yeah.
Okay, good. This one, did you like episode 5?
Yeah, I
This
liked it.
it was good. It was another Bad Batch story, which is good, but it was like like the first 3 were so good that we're kind of in that slow period now where it's like, okay, I get what they're doing here, but you can tell these are a little like, hey, we're moving the plot forward stories, not, oh, but we don't always have to have like an epic action episode all the time. I understand.
Yeah.
So, I'll let you cover the beginning of it then, I guess.
So they're at like the little wait, what's the
They're at the
lizard person's
bar.
name again?
They're at Sid's bar,
Yeah.
and
Like
and
her partner from like the first episode, the new one, is talking
yeah,
to
the
other people and she and about some story, and then what's the guy's name?
they
The
bring
red.
back a compressor, and then Omega says, "Well, hey, I found this stuff too,"
Yeah.
and Tech's like, "Well, that looks like it could be thrown away," and then Sid's partner's like, "Well, let me look at that genius. Let me see if there's something special," and then she finds something.
Yeah, and earlier like Hunter, I'm not good with the names of these people, but like I think it was him. Was talking about how like he doesn't trust her because her stories
She
change every
lies.
time. Yeah.
Yeah, her stories change. Yeah.
And then
So they find the compass.
Huh?
They find the hidden compass or whatever, and it leads them to a planet where they can find a great treasure.
Yeah, and then Omega and her really want to do it, and then really no one else does, or that are as enthusiastic.
Wrecker was with it though. Wrecker and what was it? Wrecker and Echo
Yeah, wait.
were the ones that were like, it can't hurt. And then Hunter and Tech were like, I don't know about that, Chief. But they got convinced.
Yeah, so then they go and they're like investigating, and it leads them to a mountain. And
Hmm.
Omega's like, does it mean we have to go around it? And then the woman's like, or we go inside of it. And she like uses her knife thingy to get a rock open, and they go in to the
Hmm.
mountain. I'm not really
Yeah.
sure how to summarize the rest of this without going too quickly, but like they search around and like solve a few puzzles.
They
Wait, no,
solved the puzzle. They solved the main puzzle. And
yeah,
then
and
it
then
leads into a different hallway or whatever where they find the heart of the mountain.
yeah, then she's like, Hunter's like, isn't he like, what are we looking for even? And then she's
Yeah.
like, the heart of the mountain, and we're gonna liberate it.
Yeah, I was like, is this Lord of the Rings now? Like, but yeah, they say we need to find the heart of the mountain, the Arkan. I swear, when I heard that, I'm like, the Arkenstone, like, flipping a Hobbit now. But
Yeah, don't
they
but they
find, yeah,
like Wrecker and Tech split up, don't they?
yeah, they kind of split up, but they find the Jimmy.
Yeah, and then they Hunter's like, you're making this all up as you go along. And then the lady's like, yeah, it's part of the fun. When she's telling like about another story to Omega.
Yeah, and then they take the heart of the mountain or whatever, and then and then the mountain becomes a monster from Horizon Zero Dawn, becomes the tall neck, and it's a giant robot dinosaur or mech or whatever, and then
Yeah,
these monsters start fighting with them, and
and
then
they
flipping
want her to
Sid's yeah.
give her the heart of the mountain because it can like stop it apparently. And she's like, this is what we came
Mm.
here for. I need my money. And she's like, and then they're like, we're gonna
Money,
die.
money, money. Yeah.
uh, so she's like, fine, but you owe me. And then she gives it to them. And then it works, right?
And then they drop it down a hole
Yeah.
while they're having a fight, and she goes and gets it. It almost falls off into fire. Literally looks like she's about to drop into hell if she falls. But then Daddy Wrecker comes and saves the day. And then he pulls her up, and they get out of there,
Yeah.
and they go back to the ship. But wasn't there something about another planet or something at the end? Like they have to go somewhere else or
Yeah,
something.
something. And then Hunter's like, another one. And she's like, it'll be fun or something.
It'll be fun because the only thing we're trying to do is get Crosshair and the Bad Batch back together. That's the only thing they're doing these stories for. Like Crosshair is just gonna be there at one of them.
Yeah.
Like we all know that will happen. And
What did you think of like Sid's partner?
I mean, when I first saw the character in the promotions, I was like, oh god, I hope it's not like an annoying character, you know? And I mean, she's all right. I mean, she's knowledgeable and stuff.
Oh
She's a
yeah,
good
the
character.
whole like episode, she's like, "You're working with a professional."
Yeah, like maybe she's a little confident in herself too much. Maybe but that's not the only problem I had. Like it was she. Besides that, I thought she was a good character.
Yeah, besides some like cringe dialogue. I liked her.
Yeah, there was like some stuff that was like,
Like
okay, yeah, got
liberating
it.
the heart.
Yeah, we gotta liberate the heart. Let's go, guys. But it's like, well, I liberated the heart of my girlfriend. Like, no, no, I'm joking. No, I'm playing around. But it was a good episode. Well, they were all good episodes now. Um, but what was your opinion? We're going to go by this by the arc, so it's just easier for people. What do you give episodes 1 and 2 because they were an arc?
Probably like I'm gonna go with my usual like 8 out of 10.
8 out of 10 for the first 2 episodes. Okay, because that was the heist arc. Yeah.
Yeah.
I could see that. Like, it felt like you could have just had one long episode like they did with the first season. That should have been the first episode. It should have just been those 2 episodes put together. But it was it wasn't. I get that they're like, okay, this is how we want to tell the story. That's fine. I get that, but it really did feel like you could have put that together.
Yeah.
But I'm not mad about it. I would give it an 8 or 9 out of 10 for sure. Thought it was really good.
Episode 3 is
I
a 10 out of 10 though.
All right. What did you think about episode 3, the solitary clone?
10 out of 10.
Yeah, me too. Super good episode. It seemed they really are diving more into Crosshair, like of what it would be like a clone behind the Empire. Like I like that there's the two clone perspectives, like clones that aren't a part of the Empire anymore, and clones that are. I like how they're showing both sides. It's really
I
good.
think they realize that he's infinitely more interesting than Omega.
People, the show is like, Crosshair is more interesting.
Yeah.
Well, the reason why is because we don't know much about Crosshair. Even when he's introduced in Clone Wars, you barely know anything about him. And
Yeah.
he only shows up for the big moments, so you're like, what's this guy about? We know in a way, but the thing that they're keeping him so mysterious, it's making me think there's something bigger with him at the end of this season. So we'll
Yeah.
see. All right, sorry. I know you got to go in a minute or two, but okay, episode 4, faster.
6 out of 10.
I'll give it a 5, midway. Just midway through, it was like, yeah, it's a story, but like even Hunter and Echo weren't even there.
Yeah.
It was just an Omega Wrecker and Tech story with Sid.
Not that good.
So yeah, 5 out of 10, and then episode 5, the Entombed. What did you think about the newest episode, WM?
I'm gonna say 8 out of 10 again.
8 out of 10. Yeah, I would definitely give it an 8 or 9 out of 10 for sure.
It's
Yeah,
definitely got a good like pacing and stuff. But I think what really made it go above
it's
is
definitely a lot better than episode 4.
Yeah.
I liked episode 4, but episode 4 was fillery. And as someone that watches like anime, especially One Piece, I know the filler stuff. You can feel the filler in a show once you see anime. So when I watched that episode, I'm like, this is filler. There's like literally, it got resolved at the end. There's nothing there. You could have literally made it like the same plot with all of them, but and have the exact same thing happen at the end, where someone tells them Sid's not to be trusted. You know, like that's
Yeah.
what it was leading you towards. Is I don't trust her. That's it. So I mean, that was good world building. That like keep your toes on for her. But besides that, it's like, eh. But yeah, I would give the whole season so far one bad score, so I'll take 1 point away. I give this season right now a 9 out of 10. One point's taken away because of faster. Because that was I'll do better WM. 9.5. That's what I think of the season entirely, not just a single episode.
I'd say entirely, since I gave it like 2 8s and a 6. It's probably like a 7 out of 10 then.
7 or 8 out of 10, yeah. I mean, it's a really good season, so go and watch it on Disney Plus if you have it, or if you want to be a pirate and go yo yo ho yo ho ho, well, go sail the 7 seas. You can do that as well. We don't recommend that. Remember, WM, we don't recommend you pirate stuff, but if you want to be a pirate, go ahead. Yeah, really good episode. Really good episodes, and good job, Dave Filoni and Jon Favreau. You're bringing back Star Wars that people like. All right, everybody. We will see you, WM, later this week for episode 6.
Yeah.
Okay, well, WM, literally, we are recording this at night, and WM is like, hey, we need to get done by this particular time. And WM, we did it. We finished the podcast at the time you needed to get off. So, all right, WM, where can people find you, and are you doing anything?
I've been working on a new episode of The Classroom for a while, so it should be done probably by the end of the week.
Okay, so, yeah. That's great. That's great. And where can people find you if they want to follow you? Any social media or like YouTube or something?
Yes, it's in the featured channels on the Building and Chatting podcast, right? So they can find me there.
Yeah. Also, but if you want to also know, just go follow him on his channel on YouTube, WM Productions. He is a Lego stop motion YouTuber, but also a Lego YouTuber, because we all are now. But and of course you can find me on, of course, the Building and Chatting podcast, and on Bounty Hunter Network. That's my channel, and you can also find me at Nick the Bounty Hunter Network on Instagram and Twitter. Yeah, WM has an Instagram, but he doesn't use it much. So yeah. But yeah, thanks for watching our first episode talking about Bad Batch Season 2. Thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you later.
Goodbye.